Hi everybody, welcome to your practice today. Welcome to your mat. We are going to take a Vinyasa practice that will involve some hip openers and some hamstring lengtheners, a little bit of balancing, but most importantly, I want you to use your breath as your focal point. I want you to notice where your attention goes when things get a little challenging, and I want you to keep coming back to that ujjayi breath. Remember, ujjayi breath is like you're fogging a mirror, but you keep your mouth closed. And that kind of breathing creates a sound coming from the back of the throat. And the ear is going to listen to that sound, and the brain will be soothed and focused by that sound. So keep coming back to your ujjayi breath. Remember, rest when you need to, and we will start in pose of the child. You might need a block or two for the practice, or you may not. So beginning in pose of the child, breathing through the nose, relaxing as much as you can right here before we begin. Feeling your inhales expand the rib cage, and feeling your exhales soften the shoulders and the face. And take another breath in and out. And then as you inhale, spread your fingers, press into the hands and knees and round the back. Inhaling, hands and knees. And exhale, arch the spine and pull back to pose of the child. We'll do it again. Inhale, rounding, hands and knees. Exhale, arching, pose of the child. Continue. And trying to synchronize your movement with your breath. And finish the one you're doing and do one more after that. And as you inhale, come up into hands and knees. Bring your hands right under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And for just a moment before you begin, press those front ribs up toward the spine so you feel your back get a little fuller. As you inhale, take the right arm and the left leg out, extending those opposite limbs. And take a deep breath in here without arching, and exhale, bring it down, nice and simple. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Hug the midline a little bit. Make sure you're not arching or sinking down in the back. Fill out the back. Take a deep breath in and release. Let's add on. Right arm, left leg. Pull the front ribs in, draw the tail down just a bit. Take a deep breath. And then this time, as you exhale, you're going to round the back and bring the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, extend without arching. We're looking for a flat back. Exhale, rounding. One more. Inhale, extending without arching. And exhale, rounding. Inhale, extend. Keep that left leg lifted. Bring that right hand down. Turn your right toes under. Press into the hands and the toes and hover that right knee. And if it's too much to hover, you might leave it down and just push into the floor a little bit more. If you're able to hover, keep breathing. One more breath. And then everybody, take it back into a one-legged downward facing dog. And you might need to wiggle that supporting leg back a bit for it to feel good. From here, take a breath. As you exhale, bring the shoulders forward to your plank, round the back, and lift the nose to the knee. Inhale back to a one-legged down dog. We're not arching. Flat back. Exhale, rounding. Nose to knee. One more, inhale, extend. Keep the belly pulled in, the front ribs pulled in, and exhale, rounding, nose to knee. From here, look forward, and again, if this is too much, you can always support that left foot to the floor. But if you're able to hover it, lift it high. As you exhale, step that left foot between the hands, wiggle it up, bend that front knee, walk that left foot left a few inches, turn the left foot out, and I'm going to bring my right knee to the floor. So begin to sink your pelvis down and forward towards that left heel. Your left knee opens out. And I'm actually going to come down onto my elbows. Now, if that's not quite your cup of tea, you might find that you should put a block down to make that a little bit more accessible. Let your left foot and knee tip away from the midline so you can actually begin to see the sole of the foot. And breathe into that left hip. Pelvis continues to be heavy. You can also, of course, be up on your hands if that's more appropriate. Take a deep breath in here. Maybe add a little bit of side-to-side movement. Make it a little bit more fluid and less static. And then from here, walk your hands in, move the block if you had it there, press into the floor and begin to lift the back knee and straighten that front leg. Now you can see that my foot is still tipped, so I can still look down and see the arch. I'm really focusing the stretch in the outer side of my left leg. Take a deep breath in here, push the ground away, and then exhale, lift your hips and step it back into downward facing dog. And we'll just breathe here a couple times. And take one more deep breath in as you come forward to your plank. And as you exhale, come just halfway down. You can always bring the knees down if you need to. From here, push the floor away, lean into a back bend. If you can lift the knees, do so. And take a downward facing dog. From your down dog, bring your knees to the ground and we'll set up in that hands and knees position again. So from here, take a deep breath in, press into your left leg, lift the right leg and the left arm. Now remember not to let the back sag. Keep the belly drawn in just a little. Keep hugging the midline with those limbs. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend without arching, belly in. Exhale, round, nose to knee, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend without arching. Press into the floor and exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Keep the right leg up and bring that left hand to the floor. Spread your fingers, turn your back toes under. Keep your right leg lifted and either just stay here pressing the ground away or hover that left knee. And keep your tail dropped just a little toward your right heel to keep the low belly drawn in. From here, take a breath and then lift it up and back into a one-legged down dog, and I'm going to lengthen my dog again. And take a breath here in and out. Inhale again, and as you exhale, travel the shoulders forward to a plank, round the upper back, and lift that right knee to the nose. Inhale, one-legged down dog, back is flat. Exhale, round. One more time, breathe in, extend it back, and exhale, round. Hold for a couple more breaths. If you need to drop the toenails, you can. Otherwise, keep them lifted. And then from here, step that foot forward between the hands and walk it to the right and angle the right foot out. Bring your left knee to the floor and just get comfortable with this position. My right toes have turned out, and I'm even going to let that knee begin to tip out to the right so I can see the sole of my foot. Come down onto your hands a little lower, or maybe down onto your elbows, or maybe elbows on a block for a middle ground. And my back knee is down, and I'm breathing into the hips. And I'm focused. Find your ujjayi breath. One more breath here. From here, walk your hands in, lift the back knee off the floor, and begin to push the ground away, not only with your hands, but with that right foot. And you can see that my foot is still turned out. My right leg is still externally rotated. And I feel that on the outside of my right leg, and of course I might be up on a block here. Nice deep breaths. One more breath in. Bend the knee a bit. Bring the hands to the floor. Press into the ground. Lift the hips and step it back into a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here, in and out. From here, bend the knees, look where you're gonna go, and walk your feet forward between your hands. Inhale, lift the chest a little, the knees are bent here. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, lift the chest. Pull the tummy in a bit, look forward. Exhale, and fold. One more time, breathe in, look forward. And exhale, fold. Now, bend your knees a lot. Sit your weight back in your heels a little bit. Press into the floor, lift the belly away from your thighs. And as you inhale, come into an Utkatasana. So take care that your Utkatasana does not have a great big back bend. I want to pull my front ribs in, lengthen and extend my spine, and sit down and back. Take a nice deep breath in, sit low. As you exhale, stand up. And bring the hands to the heart. Couple breaths here. On the end of your next exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms up, clasping your hands. And we're going to side bend to the right. Drive that left foot into the ground. Look up and to your left. And as you inhale, come up to center, pull the tummy in, look up, and exhale, side bend, looking up to your right. Inhale, come up again, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Inhale, in your plank, look forward, tummy in. Exhale, bend the elbows, come halfway down. And remember, you can bring your knees down if you need to. As you inhale, push the ground away, lift your knees, lean back, and downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. One more deep breath here. As you exhale, bend the knees, look where you're gonna go, hop or step. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, take the arms up, look up. This time, clasp your hands behind the back. Pull the knuckles long and straight, and this time, if you want to arch the back a bit, you can. Let the collarbones get broad, let the ribs come forward. Arching the back, lift the knuckles, take a deep breath in, sit down. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Bend the knees and either step back and lower or hop. And remember, when you're hopping, your feet go that way, but your chest and your eyes go that way. So from here, as you exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, feet back, chest forward. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take the right leg up and take a deep breath in. Step it forward, Pivot the back foot. As you inhale, press into the ground with your legs. Pull the belly in, pull the chest in and up, and take the arms up for your warrior one. Sit down in the legs, spread your toes, feel your feet. Feel that from the waist down, your energy is grounding, and from the waist up, your energy is elevating. Take a deep breath in. Straighten the right leg, turn the torso to your left, and reach out through the arms. Take a breath here. As you exhale, look out over that right fingertip and shift your hips to your left. See how you have this ability to kind of shimmy your hips left and right? As you're coming into your triangle pose, shift your hips away from that front leg. Reach out with that front arm and bring the hand down to the ankle or the shin or the floor, and look up to your left thumb. And what I'd like you to notice is what your breath is doing right here. And so as the postures become a little more challenging, notice if your tendency, when faced with challenge, is to grit the teeth or hold the breath or decide you don't like that posture. Notice what your reaction is. And see if you can begin to smooth out your reactions a little bit. Breathing in and breathing out. Put your attention there. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, look down, left hand down, press into the floor, sweep that right leg all the way up and back behind you. Turn your left foot, your supporting foot, to the left, so you're on the pinky toe edge of the foot. Press into your left hand, bend the right knee, your elevated leg, and open the pelvis to your right. Look at your right hand, come up on your fingertips. Hold for 3, 2, keep pushing back into your down dog shape, and 1. And release it back into your down dog. Stay here, or inhale forward to plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, come halfway down. Inhale, up dog, and downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here, in and out. On your next inhale, the left leg elevates. And as you exhale, step it forward for warrior one. Pivot the back foot, find your feet, press into the ground. Remember, from the waist down, we are grounded. From the waist up, we are lifting. Look up beyond the fingers. Breathe in and out. Keep pressing into the outer edge of that back leg. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. And then open to your right for a warrior two. Straightening that left leg, coming into your triangle. Take a deep breath in here in your triangle. And as you exhale, remember your hips are going to shift to your right as you reach out over that left leg. Left hand to the ankle or the floor or a block. And we're going to focus the gaze up to the right thumb tip. But even though the gaze is fairly steady at the tip of the thumb, you can still see everything. So let your eyes open and let your sight widen a little bit. Ujjayi breath in and out. Keep pulling your hips toward the back of your mat. One more breath in here. As you exhale, look down, right hand down, push the ground away into a one-legged downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to angle my supporting foot so I'm more on the pinky toe edge. I'll bend my lifted leg. I'll let that leg be heavy behind me, and I'm going to look at my left fingertips. Breathing here for 3. Keep pushing back into a down dog shape. Breathing 2. And breathing 1. And release it into a down dog. Stay in your down dog, or if you have a little bit more energy, inhale, come forward to your plank, chest forward as you lower. Inhale, up dog, and downward facing dog. Couple deep breaths. Let's take one more standing sequence. When you're ready, feet together. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale, step it between the hands. I'm going to pivot my back foot, and I'm going to bring my right arm on the inside of my right foot. Now that could certainly be on a block, if that's a better fit. From here, I'm going to turn my torso open to my left, and keeping my knee on top of my heel and my elbow pressing into my inner knee, I'm going to spin open. Breathing here for 3. You might add that left arm in a diagonal. Try not to lift the shoulder up to the ear. Keep that area open for 2. 2.5. And 1. As you exhale, left hand down, press into the legs. Come back up into Warrior 2. From your Warrior 2, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten that right leg and turn your right toes in. Bring your hands to the waist. I'm going to toe heel my feet in just a little bit closer together. Elbows back, chest up. Take a breath. And as you exhale, fold. So I'm going to bring my left hand to the floor under my face. A couple ways to modify. You might bend the knees, if that works better for you, to bring the hand down. Or you might have your hand on a block with your legs straight. From here, right hand to the right waist. Press into the ground. Make the body tall from the head to the tail. Now keep the belly drawn in. Push into that left arm. And take a twist to your right. Now take care that that right hip doesn't start drifting. Keep pulling it back towards the wall behind you. Let energy rebound up that left arm up into the right fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look down. Right hand replaces the left. Left hand to the waist. Push down first. Be tall. Inhale. And exhale, take a twist to your left. And I'm going to take that left arm up and look at the thumb while that left hip continues to sweep back. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, look down, 2 hands down. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Come into a low lunge position with the pelvis moving forward and down, the chest up, and the collarbones broad. Take a deep breath and push the ground away. So I'm working towards straightening my right leg. My goal is not necessarily to have a straight leg. My goal is to push the ground away and to have just the right amount of sensation in that right leg, and to have the ability to breathe and to be present and calm, even when it gets a little bit challenging, which it is. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend that right knee, stand on the right leg, and lift the left. So if you're a bit tight, you might have that right knee bent. You could even have your hands on blocks here to work your standing split. I'd like you to think about squeezing your legs together, hugging the midline with your lifted leg as well as your bottom leg. There's a little bit of an internal rotation in both. Take a breath. Keep the steady breath, keep your steady gaze, and maybe keep the hands on the floor or the blocks. Maybe bring one hand to the ankle. Maybe bring 2 hands to the ankle to balance in your standing split. Notice where your attention goes. Notice what happens to the breath. Take one more breath in, hug that midline with your legs, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Either imagine that you've got one roller skate on that right leg and slide it back into your one-legged and then a regular down dog, or from that standing split, just bring your left leg down and jog it back. So take some breaths here, feel what you feel. And we'll do all of that on the other side. Your goal, if you were to have a goal, would be to maintain steady breath and a nice calm presence in your mind. As you inhale, left leg reaches up. Exhale, step it forward. And pivot the back foot. We'll come right into a warrior two. I'm sitting down in the legs. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually turn so you can see me a little better. So, left leg forward, right leg back, arms open wide. Sit down in your warrior two. One thing I like to think about in my warrior two is that with my left leg forward, I'm going to drop that right hip crest down. So it's not like this, it's more like this. If my pelvis was a bowl, which it is, we're looking to make it level left to right in this posture. Take a nice big breath in and out. And then left hand on the inside of that left foot, maybe to a block. Maybe not. Right hand, this time I'm going to allow it to sweep my ribs open. And my left knee stays on top of my heel. I'm pressing my arm into my inner knee and my inner knee back into my arm. And I'm rotating my heart and my navel that way. Right arm can stay on the waist, or maybe it comes over the right ear. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. I love this posture, Parivrita. Well, if I can remember the name of it, Parivrita Parsvakonasana. That's not right. I love this pose, Uttita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. And take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, look down, bring the hands down, walk your hands to the middle, turn your toes in a little bit, bend the knees, and now turn the toes out, press into the feet, and come up to stand. So you have a wide stance in the feet. If you feel like I look, I would suggest bringing your feet a little closer together. So toes are turned out on the same angle as the knees. Bring the hands onto the knees, take a deep breath in. Right shoulder dips. Look back behind you to your left. My right arm is pushing that right knee open to the right. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Left arm pushes knee to the left, and I look back to my right. One more time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right shoulder dips, right arm pushes. Look back to your left and sit deeply. Breathe deeply. And as you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Look back to your right, sit deeply. As you inhale, come back to center. Hands to the heart, press the legs straight. Turn the feet to face the front of your mat. Actually, turn your feet to face the back of your mat, left leg forward. Bring the hands to the floor, and we're going to work towards straightening that left leg. And again, notice what happens when the stretch becomes a little more intense, possibly a little bit less enjoyable. What happens to the attention, to the attitude, to the breath? Remind yourself that this too shall pass. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, bend that left knee, lean your energy forward, and stand up. Standing split. I'm going to hug that lifted leg toward the midline, and I'm going to think about internally rotating both legs here. Internally rotating both legs as I adduct or squeeze toward the midline. Now, I might just stay here with hands on the ground, might have a knee that's slightly bent, might even have hands on a block. Next step, if you are so inclined, is to bring one hand or two hands to that supporting ankle. Now, let that right leg really reach out behind you as you reach forward with the head and the heart. One more breath in your standing split, lift it up. And then bring the hands to the floor. Remember your options. You can either just release that top leg and jog it back, or bend the left knee. There's that roller skate. Slide it back and take a downward facing dog. And then from your down dog, let's take rest. Knees down, buttocks to the heels, and rest. One more breath. And then walk your hands in, and I'm going to turn to face you. And I'm going to stack my right knee forward and on top of my left. So open up your feet and have a seat in your Gomukhasana legs, trying to bring that right hip toward the floor. Knees are stacked. So here's another option. You can just sit cross-legged with your right leg in front, or you could even stack that right lower leg on top of your left. All of these are hip openers of varying degrees, so you choose the one that suits you best today. And so here I am with Gomukhasana legs, right leg on top. Take your right arm up. Nice deep breath in, left fingers to the side of you. And we'll take a side bend. Now, we did a side bend early on in the practice, and it might have felt pretty sticky and difficult. And just notice if there's more movement here or more ease in the posture. Take a breath in and out. Press into the legs. Inhale, come up to center, left arm up. But this time we'll take a twist. So left hand to the right knee. Pull the tummy in, and we'll take a little twist to the right. And we'll slow the breath down a bit. Deepen the breath. And as you inhale, come back to center. Either stay here upright, or if you have a little bit more space and the willingness, you might walk your hands forward into a forward bend. Now resist the urge to lift the hips and come further forward. Try to anchor the hips on the floor as best as you can. And as you inhale, walk your hands back in. Pause a moment, just sit quietly, feel what you feel. And then switch your legs. So maybe just bring the hands behind you, and you can cross left leg on top for your Gomukhasana legs, or you can sit cross-legged with your left leg in front, or a little bit more challenging than that is to stack left leg on top of the right lower leg. I'm going to do the Gomukhasana legs again. So tuck the feet in. If you need to sit up on a block, feel free. That might make this a lot more accessible for you. And the right fingertips will go down to the floor as the left arm lifts up. So take care that you're not arching here. Take care that you're not slumped. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, take your side bend slowly and consciously. How does it feel to be in this shape, in this moment in your life? Notice and observe, refining your attention in this moment. And keeping your left hip anchored, take one more breath here. And as you inhale, slowly come up and switch hands. Right arm up, breath in, tummy in, and we'll twist to the left. And try to anchor the legs. And try to keep your head stacked on top of your spine as opposed to it being forward. Keep the ears back on top of the shoulders. And then as you inhale, come back to center and just sit a moment here, feeling your hips on the ground or on the block, and that might be plenty. If you have space, anchor the buttocks and start walking your hands forward with a spirit of curiosity as opposed to accomplishment here. What do I have available to me in the hips? How do my hips feel right now? What's my breath doing? Who am I anyway? Breathe in and out. Focusing on making your breath steady. And from here, inhale, walking your hands in. Sit here one more moment. And then release the legs and come onto your back. I'm going to use my blocks here. This is optional, but I'm going to have a block on either side of me for the final relaxation. Come down onto your back. And get comfortable on your back a moment. Let's take the legs vertically, a little bit of bend in the knees, and we'll just shake the legs a little bit. Now, if you practice with me regularly, whether it be online or in person back in the day, you'll notice that we do this a lot. This is very beneficial. This is a version of Viparita Karani, or legs up the wall. And you can imagine what gravity is doing to all the fluid in the legs, as well as reversing the usual force of gravity on your joints. So whether you are just on your back with your legs in the air or against a wall, or even at home, you could even have your calves on the couch. This basic position is a really beneficial, rejuvenative position to spend some time in. Take a nice deep breath. Bend the knees, bring them in, feet to the floor, one at a time. We'll finish our practice with just a little twist side to side. So windshield wiper your knees over to your right. And I'm going to take my left arm overhead, and I'll use my right hand to just give my left flank a little massage. And then as I inhale, I'll bring the legs back up, and I'll switch them over, clunk, to the other side. Right arm above the head to open up the armpit, and if I want to, and I do, my left hand is going to come and massage my right flank. And that might even mean the belly. That might even mean up underneath the ribs along the diaphragm, right where it connects into my ribs. Take a breath here. Release the arms and just let the knees come up to center and just gently take them side to side a little more fluidly, a little more quickly. And then bringing the knees back to center, I'm going to slide my blocks just on the outsides of my legs, maybe to support my knees in my Supta Baddha Konasana, my reclined bound angle position, or you might find that bringing the blocks up to support the outer thighs is more comfortable. I'm going to bring both arms above my head. A little bit of bend in the elbows. Now, if your shoulders are a little tight or you have an injury there, you might find something like this to be more your liking. The goal here is to be comfortable, so whatever that means for you. And take a breath in, pause at the top, and let it out. Pause at the bottom when the lungs are empty. And inhale, filling the lungs. Pause at the top, lungs are full. Exhale, releasing. Pause at the bottom when your lungs are empty. 3 more like that. Inhaling. Pause. Exhaling. pause. Inhaling, pause. Exhaling, pause. One more. Inhaling, pause. Exhaling, pause. Breathe normally. Let go of any effort or technique on the breath. Let the body and the brain rest right here. If you have more time to enjoy in your Shavasana, please do. Soak it up like a sponge. However, if it's time for you to get up, begin to breathe more deeply. Bring a little movement into your hands and your feet. Slowly guide your knees back together. Keep your knees together and walk your feet apart. Turn your toes in and your heels out. Just be there a moment, breathing. When you are ready, bring the feet back together and roll onto one side. And using your hands, press down into the ground and come on up to sit. And sitting tall, bring the palms together at heart center. Find your breath. Let your breath calm you and focus you. Give yourself a little gratitude for making time, for carving out time and space for self-care. We all need it, so well done for taking it. Have a great day, and I look forward to practicing with you again. Thank you so much. Namaste.